Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and we got a big one for you right now. So, as many of you know, and as I reported on earlier with my interview with Titus Frost when we were breaking down the latest Epstein stuff, Acosta resigned today. Now, what I was unable to watch was the entire presser, which is over 20 minutes in length. And when I looked around on the mainstream, there were only bits and pieces. We ain't the mainstream media, okay? I want to know single thing that was said by Donald Trump and by Acosta, and what questions were asked by the press, and if any were followed up on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to act like journalists. Come join the Burmis Brigade for what's going to be a pretty long live stream where we go piece by piece together with this conference and with Donald Trump by the side of Alexander Acosta. And I've seen some people saying, oh, he wasn't forced to resign. Of course he was forced to resign. He didn't choose to resign, okay? They tried to play it off with a PR stunt yesterday with his press conference, and he lied through his teeth, and the media began to call him out on it. And now, folks, guess what? Guess what? You can't call him out on it much longer, can you? It's all here, and he's going to resign. So this is probably the last opportunity that the press is going to get an unfettered piece of access to Acosta. So here we go. The whole conference.
And Alex told me this morning, and I said, well, we have the press right out here, so perhaps we can change the press. But I just want to let you know, this was him, not me, because I with him. He was a tremendous talent. He's a Hispanic man. He went to Harvard, a great student. And in so many ways, I just hate what he's saying now. Because we're going to miss him. Over the last week, I've seen a lot of evidence contemplation, but I have not seen this incredible documentation of the economy, of the 5 million jobs. I haven't seen that workplace injuries are down, something that is a trend, workplace fatalities are down, something that is a trend, that we have the same 6-year effort in mining, the lowest number of fatalities ever in mining. I have touched the picture that is over 12 years old, that has input embedded at multiple levels of the Department of Justice. And as I look forward, I do not think it is right for this administration and the department to have Epstein arbitration.
So let's stop. Right there was the first time we heard about Epstein. It took about a minute and a half, 2 minutes of some back patting. I'm doing a great job as the Secretary of Labor, and Trump saying, I didn't make him resign. It wasn't me. I'm sure nobody in your administration came to you, Donald, and said, listen, we've got to get rid of Acosta. I'm sure that didn't happen. I'm sure everybody's going to be 100% truthful here.
Rather than the incredible economy that we have today. So I called the president this morning. I told him that I thought the election was set aside. And Congress positions are temporary trust. It is selfish for me to stay in this position and continue to talk about a place of global goals rather than about the amazing economy we have right now. And so I submitted my resignation to the president effective 7 days from today, effective 1 week from today. Mr. President, why did you want him to resign? There is no need at all. As far as I'm concerned, I watched Alex yesterday. I thought Alex did a great job. And, you can always second guess yourself. You should have been something. You do it with me all the time. I make a great deal with everybody. And then they say, like, and then they know that I should have been better. I got $1.2 billion settlement funds from the company, from CTE. And the next day, and everybody couldn't believe it. The next day, the Democrats said, oh, you should have gotten more. But you can always do second guess. That's what people do. I'm just going to tell you, this is a person that I've gotten to know. There hasn't been an ounce of controversy at the Department of Labor until this came up. It's not himself, he's going into the administration. And Alex, I think what he did, I said, you don't have to do this.
I said you don't have to do this. What? I mean, do we believe this? Do we believe any of this? And notice again, deflection, deflection, deflection. He asked, why now? Why would he have to run? Oh, he didn't have to resign. And then let's not talk about Epstein. Let's talk about ZTE, the telecommunications and cell phone company.
But you accepted the resignation. You accepted the president. Why did you accept the resignation if he hasn't done anything wrong?
We have Pat Pizzella, who right now is a deputy and he'll be acting for a period of time. I think you know Pat. He's a good man, highly recommended by Alex. But Pat is going to be acting, and we've already informed.
Why did you accept his resignation? Mr. President, why did you accept his resignation? Why did you accept his resignation?
Why did you have a falling out with Epstein?
Yes, and I did have a falling out a long time ago. The reason doesn't make any difference, frankly, but I haven't spoken to him in probably 15 years or more.
So let's stop. She asked about the falling out with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. And we've been reporting on that for quite some time. It was in James Patterson's book, Filthy Rich. We showed you the documentation of Jane Doe, I believe it was Sarah Ransom. And I think she is Jane Doe 43, but she says that that is the case and that they had a falling out over Epstein, either molesting a young girl at Mar-a-Lago or actually recruiting her into his little pimp services.
I wasn't a big fan of Jeffrey Epstein, I can tell you. Now, if you look at the remnants hurt this thing, I hate to see it happen. I will say this, I say it again and I say it loud and clear. Alex Acosta was a great Secretary of Labor. What he's done with plans, if you see the plans coming one after another, it's just about done with the 401k.
That's right.
Things that nobody would even think of. So it's very sad, but at the same time, he wants the focus to be an accomplished and spot on what you've done.
Mr. President, Mr. President.
You believe, Mr. President, that Epstein has become, Mr. Acosta, has become a distraction to the labor. Well, Alex believes that. I'm willing to live with anything, John. I think you know me. I've lived through things that you implement. Alex felt that way. And he also felt we're so good, we're doing so well. The economy, the stock market just hit the highest point yesterday in the history of our country. Our unemployment numbers are the best they've ever been. If you look at specifically certain groups, African American, Asian, Hispanic, the best unemployment numbers in the history of our country. There's so many good things that he didn't want to distract me. And I understand that 100%.
Did Paul Ryan prevent you from making any bad decisions? Did Paul Ryan prevent you from making any bad decisions?
Well, Paul Ryan was not at power. He was illegal when the people in freedom and great congressmen wanted to go after the Dems for things that they did very badly. How much of this is going to be even about Epstein and Acosta?
I've heard some softball, and I've heard some back patting.
Paul Ryan was a lame duck for a long time as Speaker. He was unable to raise money. He lost control of the House. The only success Paul Ryan had was the time that he was with me because we got taxes cut. I got regulation cuts. I did that mostly without him. But for Paul Ryan to be complaining is pretty amazing. I remember a day in Wisconsin, the state that I won, where I stood up and made a speech and then I introduced him and they booed him off the stage, 10,000 people. So for him to be going out and opening his mouth is pretty incredible. But maybe he gets paid for that, who knows?
Mr. President, the raid. Mr. President, are you putting law enforcement at risk by having these raids? Is the public at risk now that everyone knows that the raids are coming?
Again, now we're not even talking about Epstein. We're talking about the raids and ICE and whether they're putting law enforcement at risk.
People come into our country illegally, we're taking them out legally. Very simple. It's not something I like doing, but people have come into our country illegally. We're focused on criminals. We're focused on, if you look at MS-13, but when people come into our country, we take those people out, and we take them out very legally. They all have papers.
But is law enforcement at risk?
And I have an obligation to do it. They came in illegally, they go out legally. What the Democrats will be doing now is they should be changing the loophole. They should be changing the asylum. I've been talking to that to you about this for a
The
long
press should
time.
be asking about Epstein, not these other things.
Asylum. There's so many things now. Let me give you the good news. Mexico has done an outstanding job so far. If you look at the border, it's down now 30%, and that's only one inch of Clinton where they've gotten it together. The Union just came out, it's down, it looks like it's going to end up in a little bit about 30% down. It's going to be down more and more. There's 21,000, and I say 21,000 Mexican soldiers on the borders, both their southern border and our southern border. And we really have it in control. The problem is, we have a big problem. The laws are so bad. The Democrats have to help us fix the immigration law. But even with that, because of the job that Mexico's doing, and yes, they may be did it because of tariffs, but they're doing a great job of it.
Law enforcement at risk.
It's backing down. Do you believe that you back down? Who said that? Democrats are saying it's back down. Do you believe you back down? Anything you do, the Democrats will say it's not good. In the meantime, if they had a disaster, they have these laws that are so bad, tax relief.
No one seems to want to follow up
the lottery.
on Acosta and his lies against him. We love our news media. They want to focus in on nonsense.
Have caused tremendous problems. What they let China get away with. For years and years, China's been ripping this off. They're not ripping this off anymore. Right now, companies are fleeing China because of the tariffs. And right now, we're taking in...
Steve, do you hear me? Steve, do you hear me? You need the Acosta tape to take in. You need the Acosta tape in.
They're paying for it by depressing their currency and they're putting
I'm talking to him.
Look, nobody's ever done what I've done with...
Steve, can you break off? Do you want to break off? You just need the tape. If you can hand me the tape, Steve.
This is not me, by the way.
Steve, if you can hear me and hand me the tape, I'll get it to you.
That's a no. Thank you, man. Or woman. I thank you so much for that.
Now, with that being said, I would say this. President Xi, Putin, all of these guys go to bed at night and they pray that Joe Biden or somebody like him becomes president so they can continue to look up our
I talked to him on this. Steve, can you hear me? Is there any way you can get a tape out to Sally? Sally will be right behind you. He is right over. He's not moving. He's totally jammed in.
Hey, go. There was an Epstein question we couldn't hear. Obviously, you see in the control room. I don't want to tell you where I got this from, but this was the only one that I could find the entire feed. I guess next time I got to go to C-SPAN or something. But again, asks about whether or not he knew that Epstein was involved in this, and he's denying that he had any idea. And remember, James Patterson basically says that both Trump and Clinton had no idea. But remember, we went over the story today with Titus Frost, that there is somebody claiming that Trump had a private party at Mar-a-Lago with Epstein with 28 models, and one of them was Melania, and this is where he met Melania. Again, nothing to do with illegal activity with children, but him and Epstein absolutely had a relationship.
Go out this way and try to barrel in below.
I've already talked about the Epstein matter. I gave a press conference that, according to the media, was longer than any other cabinet official in this administration. I will reiterate what I said previously. I came here today that we have an amazing economy. We have unemployment lower than we have seen literally in my lifetime. And the focus needs to be on this economy, on job creation, on existing technology in the workplace and in finance. And going forward, that's where this administration needs to focus, not on this matter.
Did Wilbur Ross
We are looking into it. The platforms are absolutely, in my opinion, 100% crooked. They discriminate against Republicans and conservatives.
Talking about social media, social media summit, we covered it yesterday, blah, blah, blah.
But I can tell you for personal experience. I see it. I had something happen this morning. I won't tell you about it yet. But these platforms are 100%. I was not a fan of Jeffrey Epstein. And we watched people yesterday saying that I threw him out of the club. I didn't want anything to do with him. That was many, many years ago. It shows you one thing that I have to take. Okay? Now other people, they went all over with him. They went to his island. They went all over the place. He was very well known in Palm Beach. His island, whatever his island was, wherever it is, I was never there. Find out the people that went to the island. But Jeffrey Epstein was not somebody that I respected. I threw him out. In fact, I think the great James Patterson, who's a member of Mar-a-Lago, made a statement yesterday that many years ago I threw him out. I'm not a fan of Jeffrey Epstein.
Anything on Iran, Mr. President?
Are you planning to move ahead with deportation intensities this weekend?
All right, that's it on the deportation. I'll tell you what, guys. He goes on a lot more. I would doubt any more of that is Epstein, but I will do the service of watching the rest of it. And if there's anything else out there in this conference that I think is noteworthy, we'll definitely go over it. And perhaps I'll play it with James Patterson on Fox News. But there you have it. You know, a lot of the media being the fake news media, trying to make this about something completely different than it really was. I want to thank, again, what a great super chat, so much. Fun, Love, and Be, really appreciate it. Guys, if you want to support my work, you know, I'm doing it big. I'm doing 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes 7 videos a day. My GoFundMe is just a little under $900 shy of 5,000, the goal in 4 days. I truly believe with your help, we're going to get there. And this is going to allow me to continue to pump out real news, not bullshit, partisan nonsense that's about left, right, team sports politics, but the real news, okay? The right and wrong. Being able to call somebody out because you're not wearing a big C for conservative or L for liberal on your chest. So, you know, we're covering things from R. Kelly to Assange to Iran to Syria to the 2020 election to DARPA to advanced flying technology. We talked a little bit about the Area 51 thing yesterday. And with your help, I'm going to continue to do so. If you're new to the channel, please join the Burmese Brigade. A lot of people have been joining lately. We're going to hit that 25K probably this weekend, do the 25K AMA, and once we hit 30K, baby, we got so much more to do on this channel. So thank you all, and I'll see you on the flip side.